All right, Bears Nation. As we saw this past Sunday, our Chicago Bears season came to an end. Heartbreaking as it is, we need to talk about the offseason here. So this is your Chicago Bears 2025-2026 season review. Heck of a year for our team. Obviously started back earlier in 2025, right shortly after Super Bowl ended last year. We hired, after the Lions were eliminated, we hired Ben Johnson as our new head coach. We picked up some decent guys in the draft. Had a good offseason. We went out and got the likes of Drew Dahlman, Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, just to name a couple, three there. We went to draft and got Ozzie Trapello, and then we drafted Cal Monunga in the 7th round, which was a steal for us. And then we got Luther Burden in the 2nd round, who's going to be a star for the Bears for years to come, I believe. So we had a good draft, had a good preseason. We're basically three-time offseason champions, as they say. Then we get to the regular season. We start off 0-2, and everybody's thinking, you know what, new year, same old Bears. I thought the same, but that's not what it was. Right after the draft was over, guys, I did do a record prediction where I said the Bears were going to go, when the schedule first came out, what weeks they were going to play, what teams, what primetime games they had. I said 10-7. That was an early on prediction. If you remember right, I also said that I was going to do, right after the preseason ended, I was going to do an actual prediction, what I thought they would actually really go. And I did that the week that NFL started, I did that the week of the first Thursday night game, which would have been the first week of the NFL season. I said 8-9, but I said that I wanted to see a culture change. I wanted to see that these players had each other's back, that they had confidence, that they felt that they could go out on that field and that they could win every game. And I saw that this year. I saw a culture change, a huge culture change. This city and these fans of Chicago deserve this. Now, I know I'm hard on them a lot, and I say things, and I have crash outs that I shouldn't have. But the future is bright for this team. Very bright. Very, very bright. So I just want to talk about the season a little bit. Obviously, start off 0-2, roll off 4 in a row, and then we lose one, then we roll off like 5 in a row. We get to 9 wins there. I knew right then and there we were going to the playoffs. And I knew right then and there that we had a legitimate shot to possibly win the Super Bowl. And I was right. Just ended up in heartbreak. It ended up a little short this year. Ended up a couple games short this year, but it is what it is. We get to 9 wins, we lose one, then we win one, and then we have an exciting come from behind win again. We get an overtime win against the Packers there to get to the 11th win, basically winning the division for us and sealing the playoff for us. But anyways, season was filled. Maybe not dominant wins, but we had a lot of magical. It was a magical season, guys. 7 come from behind wins, which were amazing. My favorite one was probably the Packers overtime game. My favorite one was actually the comeback from behind win again in the playoffs against the Packers. I'll go over some of my favorite moments here in a minute. But anyways, saw a lot of improvement out of the offense. Offensive line did a very great job of protecting Caleb this year. I think he got sacked maybe, I'm not sure what the total was, but yeah. Hold on, guys. All right, guys. So, like I said, I wanted to see a culture change, which we saw. I wanted to see major improvement on Caleb, which we saw. The man last year, in his rookie year, only threw 6 interceptions, but he was sacked like 67 times. This year, 7 interceptions, but he was only sacked 24 times this year, which was a major improvement. So yeah, definite culture change here for the 2025. Definite culture change. the future is bright for this team. I think they're going to be very, very good. I think they're going to be playoff contenders and contenders to win the division for the next I'm going to say for the next 8 to 10 years here. I know I'm getting my hopes up. I'm probably going to get let down, but I hope not. Obviously, like I said, future's bright. This team's going to be really good again next year. But we need to focus on the offseason here. Some of my favorite moments from the season, obviously, I'm going to narrow it down to like 3 or 4 here. The overtime win against the Packers. Colston Loveland's, the overtime win against the Packers in the regular season. The come from behind win in the come from behind 18-point deficit win against the Packers in the playoffs, eliminating our rivals from the playoffs, and Colston Loveland's coming out party against Cincinnati. Them are my 3 favorite moments from the season. What I think needs to be done this offseason, obviously, offense is good where it's at right now. I love the offense where it's at. Maybe get some depth for the offensive line. Maybe trade DJ Moore for a young defensive guy or a veteran like Max Crosby maybe. We'll get that in a minute. But we need to focus mainly on the defense. We need an edge rusher to pair with. My biggest concern, the only thing I think they really need to work on is safeties and corners and edge rushers. They need to get an edge rusher to pair with Montez Sweat. And that's the biggest concern as an edge rusher for me. My biggest concern with that is go out and maybe trade DJ Moore and a couple early round draft picks this year and next year and go get Max Crosby. Or maybe go sign Trey Hendrickson. Lots of good young guys out there you get, but I will get them guys for the draft if you can. Save the cap space, to sign some of these guys that we're probably going to lose. Like, unfortunately, I think we're going to lose Tremaine Edmonds. And we're going to lose either Jaquan Brisker or Kevin Byard. I think Kyler Gordon's back. Jalen Johnson will obviously be back. But yeah, it's just a shame because I'm pretty sure DJ Moore won't be back with us next year. I'm pretty sure that we're going to lose Tremaine Edmonds and probably either Kevin Byard or Jaquan Brisker, which sucks, but that's the life of the NFL, guys. But we'll see what the offseason brings. But my biggest concern for this team this offseason is defense. They need to focus everything on the defense and shoring up that defense to get it to what it once was. I think if they do that, we are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. With that being said, guys, heck of a season for the Bears. If I was going to if I was going to grade it like you grade a school paper, I'd say an A-. If I was going to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give the Bears season an 8 out of 10. Very humbled right now. I know I had a crash out. That's why I waited to do this video. I'm looking forward to seeing what this team does in the offseason. We need to go out and get an elite edge pass rusher. Linebackers are good. Safeties are good if you ask me. They just need to restructure some contracts there. But, yeah. We're fortunately going to probably lose some people, which sucks. But especially people that we love, like Jaquan Brisker, more than likely, probably. I think they'll probably bring Byron back, and we'll probably lose Brisker, which sucks, but because that's one of my favorite players. But, yeah. Caleb Williams, heck of a year, 9,000. What was it? Or not 9,000, but Caleb Williams, 3,962 yards passing. Set a single-season Bears passing record. He's breaking all sorts of Bears passing record. Colston Loveland showed why they drafted him where they did. I didn't like the draft at first. I didn't like that draft choice at first, but love it now. The kid's a stud. Best tight end in the NFL, if you ask me. Luther Burden, the stud. Going to be one of the better wide receivers years coming. But with that said, guys, look for the offseason. I'll keep you updated on all things Bears. Yeah, but anyways, go Bears. Bear down.